Hello and welcome to One Stop Co-op Shop Streamed, your one stop for co-op news and playthroughs. And today we are playing through Marvel Champions. We're going to do our first impressions of Gamora. I have not played with this deck. I haven't even looked at this deck yet. So I'm super excited. I always do this with new champions. I'm going to pull them out of their base deck and I just pick a villain to do at random. I figure since we're doing Guardians of the Galaxy, we'll start with Drang, who's the basic. And I do play it on standard mode, again, because this is an out-of-the-deck box, and I haven't looked at it. So this is more for first impressions than anything. So let's see what Gamora has going for her. So Gamora is Gamora on both sides, which seems to be the case for all the Guardians, but she's an outlaw on one side, a Guardian on the other. She's a skilled tactician. You may include up to 6 attack and or thwart events from in your deck from aspects other than those chosen. By the way, please feel free to chat in if you have any questions, comments. Love to keep this interactive. Action, look at the top card of your deck. If that card is an attack or thwart event, draw it. Oh, so you can get up to a 7th card. I always love these draw abilities. This one's a little bit more, you got to build your deck around it, but I still like the ability to draw extra cards. All right, so on our Guardian side, Finesse. Response, after you play an attack event, remove 1 threat from a scheme, limited once per phase. Precision. Response, after you play a thwart event, deal 1 damage. So she's kind of like a balance, right? I mean, 2/2/2 right down the board. When she attacks, she can remove threat. When she removes threat, she can do some damage. You know, that 1 damage, especially the precision, seems to be really good for knocking off toughs and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how they built her precon. Captain Smurf says, hey Peter, hope you're doing well. Can't wait to see this. Well, I can't wait to see it either. Because honestly, that's the reason I do these live, is because I like to, live it with you guys. Like, I like to see what the things are. That means there's definitely going to be more mistakes, things like that. But at least it lets me, live through it with you guys and get the excitement live. All right, combat training we've seen before, +1 attack. Clobber, a new attack action, deal 3 damage to an enemy. If this is the first card you have played this round, so they're doing first cards. I know Keyforge, something I'm a huge fan of, they have something called Alpha, which you have to play at the beginning of your turn. This one you don't have to play at the beginning, but you get a benefit for doing so. Return this card to your hand. Nice. So you can clobber, return it to your hand, and then use it for a resource. Or do it clobber again a second time. Nice. Hit and run. Attack thwart, which is a neutral one. Hero action, attack or thwart, deal 2 damage to an enemy or remove 2 threat from a scheme. So this is a kind of do one or the other, whatever you want to do, which is kind of nice. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. Oh, you do both. I'm sorry. Deal 2 damage to an enemy and remove 2 threat. And for Gamora, with her special ability, I assume that means you're doing 3 and 3. That's kind of neat. Acrobatic move, I always love free stuff. Hero action, attack, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Well, yes please. And this is a neutral event. Oh no, this is a Gamora. I was about to say, there's no way that it's free, just deal 2 damage. Alright, so that is a Gamora specific one. Oh, and then I have a thwart event, and you'll notice here I have an aggression card, and here I have a justice card. And again, that's because of her finesse. After you play other side. You may include up to 6 attack or thwart events in your deck from aspects other than your chosen aspect. So it'll be, I love this. They started this with Spider-Woman, where you can multi-aspect, and I love how they're letting you bring stuff in from other aspects. You don't have to stick to just one. So here's another Gamora-specific card, Keen Instincts. Resource. Exhaust Keen Instincts and generate a resource for an attack or thwart event. Seems very useful, seems very necessary for her. All right. Yeah, combat training's the one. I mean, it's expensive. That's the problem, right? I'd love to start with clobber here, but home run hitter hit and run seems really good because you're moving 3 from each. Although on turn 1, there's only 2 threat on the scheme here, so not necessarily necessary. All right, but let's start with Gamora over here. You may include up to, look at the top card of your deck. If it's an attack or thwart event, draw it. Limit once per round. So let's go ahead and look at it. Plan of attack. It is a tactic. It is not a attack or thwart. But let's look at this anyway, because this is a new event. Action. Search the top 4 cards of your deck. Top 7 instead if you were in alter ego form for an attack event, and add the card to your hand. Shuffle your deck. All right. So from my understanding, you do have to shuffle the deck after you peek at the top cards from it. Let me know if you've heard anything different, but that is my understanding currently with the newest way the rules are working. All right, so Keen Instincts out. I don't think I'm gonna. Well, Impede I definitely don't need. So let's go ahead and do that to put Keen Instincts out. I feel like that's a super important card. All right, so then I can do I mean, this is free, right? I can't not do that, which means I'm not going to do hit and run, which means maybe I do get combat training out, and maybe I'm just, speaking of clobber, maybe I'm just clobbering this enemy pretty quickly this turn. All right, so I'm going to deal 2 damage to an enemy. Now, because it is an attack, so let's take 2 away. 1, 2 over here from Drang. Because it's an attack, I also get to remove a threat from the scheme. And let's see, I'm going to do... So here we go. Oh, I could have done this first, and then it would have come back to my hand. So I can use this. Oh, I couldn't have done it first because I needed Keen Instincts to do... Oh, no. No. I have the Milano. So I could have done it first, but I didn't. All right, I'm going to spend 2 to clobber. That's 3 more damage. 1, 2, 3. That's 1 more threat removed from the scheme. Oh, but now I don't have enough to pay for combat training. Didn't think that one through exactly. That's all right. I'm going to hold on to these. I don't think I'm going to hold on to hit and run, but I am definitely... All right, so Gamora is going to attack. So that is 2 more damage. 1, 2. And maybe I didn't pick a tough enough enemy for my first run through, or maybe I'm just about to figure out how bad things can really get. All right, so let's go ahead and discard hit and run over here. While it's a good card, it's pretty expensive for early on until I get some resources built up. Plus, I just want to see some more cards first time through. All right, so I am drawing. Ooh, Conditioning Room. You know what? I'm going to look at all these when it comes back to my turn. As long as none of them are like defensive. No, they're all thwart and tactics and stuff like that. Maybe I regret that later, but that's all right. So we are actually going to go up 2 per player. And then there's a star afterward on this one. So 1, 2. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, resolve the top Badoon ship charge up ability. So we're going to add 1 here. And if there are 4 or more, deal 2 indirect damage. Well, we don't have 4 quite yet. All right, so now Drang, he's pretty pissed. He just got pummeled in the face after Drang schemes. So he's not scheming, he is attacking. Oops, let's go ahead and get that boost icon back. And I'm going to try to remember to use the cameras more so we don't have as much jumping. Oh, so boost for 1. That's a total of 3 damage. So 1, 2, 3. That does not make Gamora happy. Don't do that. All right, so now let's draw our event card. Treachery. When revealed hero, you may exhaust the Milano. If you do not, the villain attacks you with +1 attack. Well, yes, I'm definitely exhausting the Milano. Come on, special delivery. Go away. All right, well, that didn't work. All right, so let's go back to my turn. The exciting part of these hero playthroughs, I get to actually see what I can do. Combat training is high on my priority list, but who knows. All right, Conditioning Room is an alter ego action. Exhaust Conditioning Room, return the bottommost attack or thwart event from your discard pile to your hand. Heal 1 damage from Gamora. Oh, that is really good if I need to do it. You know, what I see her doing is things like stunning. I can't remember that one event. And maybe it's an attack or thwart. It's definitely a justice event where you can not stun, confuse the enemy, do 3 damage, and then you could flip over and then pull it right back with something like Conditioning Room would be really sweet. So search the top 4 cards of your deck. We've seen this a second ago. Top 7 cards if you're in alter ego form for an attack event, and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. We'll see. All right, but I definitely want combat training out. Let's start with that. So do I have any other attack events? I don't. So I am going to play this to search the top 4 cards of my deck. Let's see if we see any attacks. 1, 2, 3, oops, 4. Oh, we got a protection card here, which is an attack. Okay. Set the pace. All right, so let's just look at these. Because, all right, so again, we can look at our cards. Wait, this is an aggression card. Interesting. All right, set the pace. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. Again, the nice part about this card is it not only removes 1 threat, it's also going to do an attack because of Gamora's special finesse response over here. Alrighty, Gamora's sword. Oh, but now this is a weapon. It's not an attack, so let's not get too excited, but I do want to see what it is. Restricted, max 2 restricted items per player. Response, after you play an attack event, deal 1 damage to the enemy. So once she's got her sword out, she's not only going to remove 1 from the threat, but she's also going to do a damage to the enemy whenever she plays attack events. Well, unfortunately, there's only one option here. Fortunately or unfortunately, I guess. Let's grab that one. Shuffle these back up, and it is first hit. Attack. Deal 2 damage to the villain. Hero interrupt. Attack. When a minion initiates an attack, deal 2 damage to that minion. Oh, so this is an interrupting protection event that you can do damage not on your turn to a minion. You know, protection needed something like that. That is really cool. Initiates an attack. It doesn't even say against you either. When a minion initiates an attack, that's pretty sweet. All right, but I do get to play that since that is my only attack event. Well, what does it say? Attack or thwart. Oh, so I could play impede. Remove 3 threat from the main scheme. If this is the first card you have played this round, well, it's not, and I don't need to remove 3 because honestly, there's only 2. So what I am going to do is I'm going to use this card to play first attack. Deal 2 damage to the villain. Oh, 1, 2. Villain not looking too happy. I am going to go ahead and use this to play my conditioning room. I don't think I'm going to flip. I don't really see too much of a reason to, although from the bottom of your discard pile. So the other nice part about this is it lets you get cards into your hand. Not only does it let you heal, but it lets you get cards in your hand. Let's say you're 1 short of paying for something. You could flip to get that card into your hand and use it to pay the cost of something. Now, unlike some of these other ones where you get to search for whichever one you want, you do have to pick the bottom one in this situation. And because of that, it's not going to let you keep cycling the same card over and over, of course, unless you only have 1 event in your deck. So, which sometimes I've done with other heroes, like Black Widow specifically. I'll pick the one I want. Maybe I'll use it to pay for something, and then I'll pick it again. Although, yeah, there's a lot of things to that. But, all right. So, I did just... Wait. I attacked for 2, but I forgot to remove a threat, because I did play an attack event over here when I played first hit. That was an attack event, which does remove a threat from the main scheme. All right, so just me left. Well, I'm going to attack for 3, because why wouldn't I? Put Drang down to 1. And now, if I do a thwart event next turn, that'll just pop him to his next phase, which is kind of neat. All right, let's ready up. I am loving Gamora's deck so far. Just as a initial impressions here. I will give more final thoughts at the end, but this has been super fun so far. I love her deck. I mean, everything from starting from deck building going forward. But again, I'm not going to go over that right now. Let's see. Oh, so let's see if this one deal 2 damage when a minion initiates an attack. Okay, so that one is an interrupt. Let's just make sure none of these other ones have interrupt abilities. They do not, so I am going to go ahead and do the villain turn. Well, I'm going to add 2 here, which makes me add 1 counter to the Badoon ship over here, and then we're going to have Drang attack me. Again, I am not going to defend it. I'm just going to take this. So that's 1 plus 1 is, or I'm sorry, 2 plus 1 is 3. There is a boost. If this boost activation is a scheme card, it gets +2 to boost icons. Well, it is not a scheme card. It's an attack. So it's going to be a total of 3 damage. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm sorry, I said I was going to try to use the cameras more. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to be better about that. All right. So now let's draw a card and see what happens. Gang up when revealed. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks. All right. So in this situation... Why is this not going away? In this situation, I am going to defend. I'm going to use that. Do I do that? Or if I flip, I can recover more. But I might die on this. So yes, I am defending. Oops. So I defend for 2. They're attacking for 2. Plus 1 would be 3. So I would have lived through that. But now I only take 1 damage. Unfortunately... I would have loved to flip and not had to deal with it, but that is not the case. Now let me just remind myself of what Drang's next card looks like. It is going to increase their scheming, but I may just have to deal with that. All right. So, especially because I'm going to need to heal. So I've got this conditioning room thing here, so let's do that. So I get the bottom attack or thwart event. So exhaust it, I heal 1, and let's look for the bottom event. That is a thwart event, so the very bottom event. is the exact same as the very top event. But again, the next time it'll be different, which is kind of neat. All right, impede, remove 3, but this is a hero action. Oh, I'm still on my Gamora side. What am I doing? All right, I didn't do that yet. I mean, I could look through my discard anyway, so I know that impede is coming. But I am not healed yet. I did not use this yet. Sorry about that, because I need to do things while I'm on this side. So plan of action, I can actually look through more cards to get something better. All right, remove a threat from a scheme. I mean, that's free, right? So that's pretty obvious. Do 2 damage to an enemy. Again, also free. So, and then this I can do for free because of my keen, what is it? Keen aesthetics? I don't know that word. Does anybody know that word? Oh, instincts. Oh my gosh. Sorry. My reading. By the way, you can make fun of my reading all you want. I make fun of my own reading. It's ridiculous. I should be able to read the word instincts, but clearly cannot. By the way, I can exhaust my Milano to remove up to 3 threat, and I don't really have a whole lot to spend stuff on this turn. Let's do plan of action, kind of see how that works. Let me look at 4. Maybe I get something expensive like hit and run there, which again, I can with plan of action I can only get an attack event. So this is an attack and a thwart event. That's a skill, that's a guardian, and that is attack, defense, and thwart. So this is cheap. For 1, when you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of that damage, deal 1 damage to an enemy, remove 1 threat from a scheme. Wow. So this is a awesome defensive card. I think I want to get it. Now I'm not going to take damage this turn because I am going to flip, I'm pretty sure. So maybe I don't get it now. Oh, by the way, I need to look at Drax. I love this neutral guardian ally thing. I know it's been hit or miss, but I love how they're doing it because that way you can build a deck of all guardians. Captain Smurf, it's an alter ego action. Yeah, I know. JD Silas, hello Peter. Do you usually play true solo? Can't wait to hear your thoughts and on her tier and fun factor. Well, so far I can tell you fun factor has been off the charts. I am having a blast already. I love the deck building parts of it, and yeah, I'll get to final thoughts later, so I don't want to get into too much. As far as true solo, yes, I almost exclusively play true solo. I don't ever two-hand myself, but I play a lot of two-player as well. In fact, normally Friday nights is our Marvel Champion night. Because of some things that are going on this weekend with my schedule, I'm playing tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, I think we're going to start at 10 p.m. Eastern time. We are going to continue our Guardians of the Galaxy campaign. But if you look on the channel, we have lots of Marvel Champions content. We've been going every Friday for a while. Sometimes you'll see me playing something true solo. Whenever something new comes out, I always play it true solo, give my initial thoughts. And then sometimes it's Terrence and I playing on Friday nights. So... But yes, I'm having a blast. But I can't help but looking at Drax. Let's see. Play only if your identity is Guardian. All right, Drax cannot attack minions. So, because of Drax's ability to only want to destroy the enemy. So for 3 cost, he has 4 life and 3 attack. That means 12 potential damage. Now, granted, over the course of 4 turns, or 9 damage, and then a chump block for you. That is really cool. I definitely would love to, and you may even see me add it to my Guardians deck when we play tomorrow night, because we are not playing Expert Campaign, we're playing Standard, so you can in and out. You can add and subtract things during Standard Campaign. Now we're playing Expert Villains, but Standard Campaign. I know it's a little strange, but that's the level of difficulty we feel is right for us. Oh, another Keen Instincts. So sweet. All right, well, I only have a choice of that or that. I don't think I want to do hit and run because there's honestly only 3 threat on the scheme. Although, you know what? Doing another 3 damage is pretty good. What does this let me do? This lets me defend. You know what? I am having a life issue. Not personally a life issue, but I am having an issue with my health right now. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to take the defensive one, which means I'm going to be holding on to some cards at the end of the turn, which isn't great, but it is what it is. All right, so let's do Keen Instincts. Deal 2 damage to the villain. Let's start with that. Oh, no. We're not starting with that. We are not starting with that at all. What are we thinking? He's got 1 life left. All right, we're going to do this. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. Set the pace. That is a thwart, so we will remove 1 threat from the scheme, which does 1 damage because of Gamora's very, very cool finesse. So then, I think it's because of finesse. That might be the other one. After you play a thwart event, I'm sorry, it's because of our precision, not our finesse. Got to get that one right. All right, so that is going to advance the villain. So Drang 2, what's different? If Drang Spear is in play, give Drang 1 face down boost card. He doesn't have his spear. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Drang Spear. Reveal it and shuffle the encounter deck. Force response. After Drang schemes, resolve the Badoon ship charge up ability. Well, that doesn't change, but this spear thing does. So let's search for his spear, which I don't want to do, but I'm going to. All right, so spend a mental and 2 fists. It's plus. Alrighty, sorry about that. Not much has happened since then, but basically I was just saying, hopefully we're back. Well, I'm back in black. I don't know why my internet's been giving me so many problems lately. All right, but what I was basically saying is I can't remove that because I didn't have 2 fists. If I had not played this set the pace earlier, I would have had 2 fists if I had been paying attention ahead of time, but I didn't. It's not a big deal. So bottom line, I did first hit using my keen instincts, and I also did acrobatic moves. So that was 4 damage and removed 2 total threat. So I've done 5 damage this turn and removed 3 threat. Not too shabby. There aren't many heroes that can do kind of both. And actually, I still have the Milano. Now I did flip and use this, so I should have healed 1 for conditioning room over here. I did draw Impede, and I got a lot of stuff here. I'm going to keep Impede. Believe it or not, I'm keeping Impede to get rid of this spear, because I don't love Stalwart, and I certainly don't love taking extra damage. So I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to hold on to everything. Even I'm hoping to get Drax here, because that will let me use this double resource very well. Or Nebula. Nebula works. Set the pace and another Impede. All right, so do I have fists? I do. Crossover and set the pace are both fists. So we'll see. Nebula, yeah, I'm not going to get rid of Nebula. That's not going to happen. All right, so let's do the enemy turn, though. We're going to add 2 threat to the main scheme, which increases the charge up special ability on the barrage. Now, that is getting really close, because when it gets to 4, which it's about to, then it's going to fire off 2 indirect damage. All right, so Drang is going to scheme. Schemes for 2, and then it has a special effect associated with that. 2 plus this. If this activation is an attack, this card gets plus 2 boost. Well, that worked out really well for me. When I got the thwart one, it said attack. When I was attacking, it said thwart. So sweet. So that is absolutely nothing. That is just 2 more threat on the scheme. Although we do add 1 counter here, because force response after Drang schemes, charge up the ship. So ship is now at 4. If there are 4 or more, deal 2 indirect damage to the player and remove all the barrage counters. So no more charging up, but that is 2 indirect damage. Oh, I did not unexhaust at the end of the turn. There's that. All right, so now let's see what kind of card we get here. So first of all, Surge. So let's resolve that before I forget. Then, Force Interrupt. When the villain phase ends, deal 1 damage to each player. So this is an environment that's just going to stay in play until I do this action. First player, exhaust the Milano and spend 2 resources of any type to discard this card. I might just have those resources. Otherwise, I'm going to be taking 1 indirect damage at the end of every turn, which isn't great. At the end of the villain phase. Oh, so that's going to be coming up right here. All right, Hull Breach, Peril. So that Peril adds 1 threat to the main scheme. While you're resolving this card, other players... Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's not. I'm thinking of something else. All right, Peril means other players can't help you. When revealed, choose 1 Exhaust Milano, or you can spend 2 wild resources, or I'm sorry, mental resources, or deals 3 damage to the first player. Well, we can't have it deal 3 damage to the first player. We know that. So I can spend 2 mental, because Milano is a wild resource, and I can use that to pay that mental cost. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of both of my impedes. First action, play this round, return this card to your hand. Although, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to exhaust them a lot. Yes, I am. I'm doing that. Who needs to remove threat from the main scheme? Seems like a terrible idea. Seems like I'm making bad life choices here. But I'm sticking with it. That's what I did. Nobody can help me. Sorry, chat. Not allowed to help me on that one. All right. I could spend 2 resources for this. You know, I think I am just... Oh, and that is a damage. I think I'm just going to focus on burning this thing down. Well, why would I do that? Why would I do that? No, I'm going to do this. Sorry. Double think, triple think. I am exhausting the Milano. That's only 1 resource, not 2. Why would I do it the other way? Doesn't make sense. All right. So I'm going to do this to draw the bottom attack or thwart card. Hopefully this is an attack card. And it is a free attack card. All right. So here's a question. Can I destroy him this turn? So defend, prevent 3 damage, deal 1 damage to the enemy. So that isn't anything right now. All right, so 2 attack. Response. After Nebula enters play, search the deck for an attack or thwart event and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Ooh, that's pretty darn good. Remove a threat, so that's going to be 1 damage. That's 2 damage. So we got 3 damage here, 4, 5 damage. Plus the 3 I do myself. That's 8 damage. I can certainly find an event that does 2 damage, I think. So I'm not going to heal myself. I am going to do this. I drew the bottom card. That also heals me 1. I am going to flip over. I am going to do this to pay for Nebula. So Nebula comes in her deck too. So that is her hero specific. All right. I'm just going to go through these cards now real quick to see what attack events we do have. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. If it's the first card, it won't be the first card. We've seen that one. All right. Not going to worry about that. Her sword. Super excited about getting that out at some point. Oh, I had another combat training in my deck. Guess that's okay. Another attack event. So this only costs 2. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. 7 damage instead if you played a thwart event this turn. Holy moly, decisive blow. That is almost certainly the one I'm going to draw. Hit and run, we've seen this. 2 thwarting and 2 attacking. Now we're just looking through. All right, because we know we've won this one. Uppercut, deal 5 damage to an enemy. Very nice. Attack, defense, thwart, prevent 3 damage. And, oh man, I love her versatility. Love it. Hit and run again. Uppercut. I love some of these new cards. Oh, good. More keen instincts. We already knew that though. Ooh, Godslayer. Weapon restricted. So again, you can have 2 of these. Hero interrupt. When your hero makes a basic attack against a unique enemy, exhaust Godslayer, your hero gets +2 for this attack. So that is very specific. Now, is the villains unique? Yes, they are. So when you're attacking the villain, every time, well, not every time, right? Because you have to exhaust it. So if I got multiple attacks somehow, I wouldn't be able to use it multiple times. But still, that is pretty sweet. Oh, and it is not unique to Gamora, even though it's got her picture on it. Ooh, wow. There are definitely going to be some heroes that want that. Hulk, for example, that's a 3-cost upgrade. Hulk wants 3-cost stuff because he has 4 cards in his hand. So that's a 3-cost card that would easily go in Hulk's deck. Oh, he'd love that. All right. Acrobatic move, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Hit first. So we've seen all these, I think. So we've seen all the cool stuff. Impede, remove 3 from a scheme. If it's the first card, I love this first card. Again, it reminds me of Keyforge Alpha. Same thing here. Hero interrupt. There are other ways to interrupt. They don't have to just be prepared now. Actually, protection had a lot of interrupt stuff anyway, but I like that they're adding more stuff, doing damage, stuff like that. Clobber, we've seen. All right, so we've seen all the new stuff in her deck. Pretty neat. Let's just go ahead and finish it out now. Well, I need a thwart event first, right? So maybe it's a good thing I didn't get rid of Impede. So this has to be Hero Interrupt. Here we go. Remove a threat from a scheme. Let's just do that. That is a free thing to do. Wait, what's all this? I don't know what I did over here. Oh, I was drawn from the wrong pile. That's why. Maybe there are new things we didn't see. Doesn't matter. Again, forward momentum. This is new. Remove 3 threat from a scheme, 5 instead if you've played an attack event this turn. All right, so same thing as decisive blow. Sorry. And then Drax. We know Drax. Ooh, Angela. Force response. After Angela enters play under your control, search the top 10 cards of the encounter deck for a minion and put it into play, engage with you. But you get to pick the minion, it sounds like, out of the top 10, of course. Shuffle the encounter deck. If the minion was not put into play this way, discard her. So she costs nothing. All you have to do is put a minion in. Any minion from the top 10. Wow. Holy moly. I feel like she's going to be in lots and lots of decks. Holy cow, free, 3 life. I know she doesn't have any thwart, but come on. Wow. And cool, another Asgardian. Decisive Blow. You get 2 of those in your deck. That's nice to know. Another forward momentum too. So I just didn't get those. Clobber, Plan of Attack we've seen. Okay, so now we really have seen them all. Wow, some really exciting stuff. But again, it was my discard. You're right, Lefty Cat. It doesn't matter. I'm never going to need my discard again because we're just going to defeat it. So I did a thwart already to remove 1. Oops, that added and removed, and that does 1 damage. So now I'm just going to do Decisive Blow for 2. Any 2, we'll pay this one, and we'll pay this one, and we will Decisive Blow, which does 7 damage instead if you've played a thwart, which I did. I played the free thwart card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Removing 1 from there, and then we'll do Acrobatic Move to do 2 more damage. 1, 2, which does 1 there. Oh, lest we not forget that I could do 3 more damage here and 2 more damage here with Nebula. Search for an attack. Yeah. So pretty cool. I am really happy. So those of you who've seen the stream before and know that I am somebody who does like to play True Solo a lot, Nebula. Oh my gosh. Gamora is the perfect hero for that. It feels like I love her deck as is. Now, there's certainly going to be many ways to improve it. You don't need 2 combat trainings, for example. I might not even put any combat trainings in there. She doesn't need it. I might just use her for defense. Maybe I'd build her protection, so that way she's able to defend herself and just count on attacking and thwarting events to deal with it. Plus, with protection, you can do things like have cards that let you unexhaust yourself. So there's a lot of neat stuff you can do with her. Makes me very happy. And again, one of my favorite things in the game is being able to deck build better, and having this 6 attack and or thwart cards outside of your given class really makes me happy, or aspect really makes me happy. Nebula is really cool. I love that new ally, which we didn't get to see, but the 0 cost ally where all you have to do is grab a minion is really cool. Yeah, no, there's a lot of good stuff going on with her deck. I'm pretty happy with it. So stay tuned. I'm not doing Star-Lord now, but I will do him later today. If anybody has any questions or any comments, please let me know. But yeah, I'm super excited about this new set and what it's bringing, and I'm super excited to get all the Guardians. I'm curious to see, because I haven't looked at it again, I'm curious to see who Star-Lord's ally is, because it's interesting that she had Nebula. I thought she might have Star-Lord and he might have her, the way Rocket and Groot went. So I'm curious to see what happens with that. Yeah, besides that, I don't know. As you can see, I am super excited with the way this is working out, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think about it. Leave your comments in the comment section, and we'll talk about them when I get to Star-Lord, which will be probably tomorrow afternoon if I had to guess. I'm not going to have time today. I'm actually on my lunch break for work. Thank goodness this was a quick stream because I have to be back at work in less than 10 minutes. So it worked out well, although I'm still perfectly happy to answer any questions while I'm still on. But so back to work in 10 minutes, and then I've got stuff planned for tonight. I'm actually super excited. For those of you who are fans of One Stop Co-op Shop, follow all our content. Tonight, we're doing our first live game night. Both Mike, Jerry, and I are all vaccinated. Sorry, that means we're not doing a stream, the 3 of us, but we are doing our first live game night tonight, so I'm super excited about that. We're going to play Waste Nights, and we're also going to play... What's the other thing? Oh, Pandemic Legacy Season 0. So we'll probably review that in the podcast pretty soon. So pretty excited about that. So doing our first live game night tonight, which is why we're not doing our normal Marvel Champions Friday. Don't worry, though. We'll be back tomorrow night doing that, continuing our Rocket and Groot campaign. And who knows, maybe I'll have some new allies in my deck tomorrow night. So anyway, thanks everybody for coming out, and we will see you soon. Bye!